We're here tonight with Sean Fogel and Michael Epstein, the bands The Golden Bloom, the Michael J. Epstein Memorial Library, and the Motion Sig, and like 15 other bands that he's either a leader of or a part of. Tonight they're playing a show at Shuba's, which involves both of those bands that I mentioned, plus Neutral Uke Hotel, yes. Which is a neutral milk hotel in the aeroplane over the sea tribute band on ukuleles.
In a way, yes.
An interesting
one description.
Concept.
Oh no!
That's a sound that's an important sound that's related to our music.
This is instead of a theremin.
Yeah, we have the 60 hertz compressor.
It's a 32,000 BTU air conditioner.
Yeah.
But how did the idea come up to do this sort of thing?
Well, Golden Bloom and the Motion Sig played a bunch of shows together. We did a split single project together where we covered one of their songs and they covered one of our songs. I don't know how along the way it came up, but I had this idea about, it was just going to be one show in Boston to perform this whole record that we love on ukulele and try to make it a sing-along. Picked a really small, intimate room. We figured we should be able to get 50 people, come out and do this with us. It should be a blast. Put tickets on sale online, sold out in like 2-3 days, and it was, you know, it was just a really incredible experience that evening. It was unlike any other show that I'd ever done, and you know, afterward, we kind of said we could do this again, and we would really enjoy doing this again, and you know, the idea about trying to kind of spread this experience as many times in as many places as we could. So,
yeah,
that's my take on it.
Last year you guys were here in August.
Yep.
At the Empty Bottle.
Yep.
And it was an incredible show.
Thank you. It was fun.
My favorite of the year, and I'm looking forward to tonight. Have you had that kind of reaction everywhere you've gone, where it's just been kind of? I know. When we saw you before, everybody in the audience was singing to every song and just totally into it. And I couldn't imagine any other band that was playing there that night had that kind of reaction.
Well, I mean, with the benefit of the fact that we were playing music that, you know, I think that people came out to it for a different reason. And, you know, we play in enough bands and have been playing music for long enough to recognize that there's a difference between going out and seeing original music, maybe music that you're not as familiar with, or, you know, just a band that you know and love. There's a difference between that and the goal that we have for Neutral Uke Hotel. So, you know, it's almost kind of in different categories, but it's also really worked out. You know, this is only the fourth night of our tour right now, and it's worked out really amazingly for us to be sharing, you know, sets from our own bands, and then also doing the Neutral Uke Hotel kind of group experience thing, and kind of combining those all into one night. It's been great so far.
Yeah. What's the being able to tour as kind of a insular machination like that, being able to just go on tour, you know, we've got our openers, we've got our headliners. Is that kind of, business-wise at least, that seems like it would be really genius to do. Is it something you guys are thinking about doing more often now?
I mean, we'll see how this all goes, but I think so far it's been great. I mean, it makes the whole setup for the night easier. We set up all our gear, we're using the same stuff for the whole night, we're the same people dealing with the sound person. So logistically it makes it a million times easier. It gives us an opportunity to kind of prove, before we go up and do the Neutral Uke thing, where people may be skeptical, they're like, oh, these guys aren't, you know, real musicians or something, they're just kind of playing this other music. It gives us an opportunity to say, like, we really care about writing music, we care about performing music, and now that we've shown you some of what we do, we want to really share this experience with everybody in the room, because we basically, I would be in the audience if I weren't part of this. I would literally be in the audience, just like, you know, pumping my fist and singing along. So I view that as, you know, we are sort of part of the audience when we do this, I guess.
Yeah. After a lot of the shows, you know, people come up and say, "Oh, you guys were awesome." And my response is always, "You were awesome," because it's kind of like a tree falls in the woods kind of thing. Because if we, you know, like, at least the way we see it, it doesn't make any sense. If we're doing it in a room by ourselves, it's not what the goal is. So, you know, there have been 1 or 2 nights where it's been a real small crowd, or you know, it was harder to kind of capture that real intense energy. And so that, you know, that we can definitely tell the difference between. But we are really, really lucky for the fact that, you know, we probably played almost 30 shows by now as Neutral Uke Hotel, maybe almost. And, you know, over 90% of them have been big crowds, really enthusiastic, energetic, and just happy groups of people who, you know, really created individual, you know, each one kind of special in its own way as far as the